Good morning. This is my first fitness vlog that I'm going to put together to share with you what I'm doing to lose weight and to get my body back into shape after having this little girl right here. See, she's so cute, guys. In fact, she's looking pretty fabulous today. This is what I look like in the morning. I clearly have not showered. I haven't had my workout yet because I accidentally slept in. And so that's what I'm going to be doing this morning. Today, I am going to go into my husband's physical therapy office, and they do body mass indexing. And because I'm doing that because I want to track my actual body composition. And I also want to diet using macros instead of following like just a calorie deficit. I want to do a deficit using macros, and I feel like that will help me have a more balanced diet. It will make me choose my foods a little bit more carefully. It will make sure that I don't go over on my fat or carbs. It'll motivate me to eat more protein. And so that's what I'm going to do today. So also I'm going to just go ahead and show you what I'm going to do for my workout today. I'm still following Jamie Eason's post-pregnancy workout program. You can find that on bodybuilding.com. And so today is called the baby nap circuit or something like that. But basically what it is 4 sets of exercises that you do 3... This is what it is. She ate the corner, so that's really awesome. So this is what I use to keep track. But this is what it is. So you do each of these sets 3 times and you move on to the next one. And there's a couple of exercises in here that I don't love because I feel like I'm not doing them correctly, and because I don't have a mirror in my apartment that I can look and make sure that I've got my body aligned. There's a couple in here that I think I'm going to replace. For example, the side plank hip dip, which is, the purpose is to target your obliques. But I think I'm going to actually find a different exercise to do instead of that one because I feel like I'm not sure, I'm not confident if that exercise is being done correctly. Also, the other one that I don't love doing is the air bike. I think that it's too easy to cheat with. I try to do them really, really slow and really concentrate, but I wonder if there's just a better exercise to do instead of an air bike. And then what else? Lunge kicks. I mean, I feel like lunge kicks you can get really sloppy with as well, especially when you're getting tired. So I'm just going to do some research really quick and see if there's a couple of these exercises that I can get the same exercise, or I can target the same muscles with doing maybe a better exercise than these. And I'll let you know what that looks like here in just a second. Okay guys, so I couldn't find necessarily anything to replace the lunge kick with, but I did find a really great video that suggested different ways of balancing and thinking about the lunge kick, so I think I'm going to go ahead and try that and just get better at that particular movement. But with the side plank hip dip, I did find something called a half knee arc press, which I'm going to need to use my weights for, and they probably will be a little too light. I probably need a kettlebell to do properly, but I'm going to add it anyway, just see how it feels. And then instead of the air bike, I'm going to do something called a waist whittler. And I found that from this YouTube video. The YouTube channel I got this from is called Blogilates. So that is, that's what I'm going to replace my air bike with. So after having a baby, your abs are just plain weird and different. And I've been reading up a lot on how most ab exercises are actually not good for shaping your abs and repairing them after childbirth. A lot of the ab exercises create make your abs point. So if you do a crunch and you crunch, your abs are actually pointing up, and when I was doing crunches or sit-ups when I was pregnant, I could actually see that, which I've never been able to see before, but because I had that big belly, I was able to see my abs actually make this point when I was doing those exercises, and I thought, oh my gosh, that is so weird. And the idea is that if you do ab exercises that create that point, it puts a lot of stress in the middle of your muscles and can actually create diastasis recti after childbirth. You can get that problem with pregnancy when you're doing ab exercise when you're pregnant, such as planks. There's a lot of heavy weight that is pulling your abs down when you do a plank when you're pregnant, and it can create a separation in your ab muscles. So there's a lot of things that you can do during pregnancy that can create that, and apparently there's a lot of things you can do after pregnancy as well that can create that problem. So what I'm trying to do is find exercises for my abs that don't create that peak in my abs. And so a lot of them have to do with ab exercises that have you pull your tummy in, and planks are a good one. This waist whittler is kind of like a Russian twist, but in a plank. It's kind of an interesting exercise. So I will be adding that into my workout. So now it kind of looks like this. So there we go. So instead of the side plank hip dip, I'm going to do the half knee arc press, and instead of the air bike, I'm going to do a waist whittler. And so that's what you'll be seeing when I do my exercise today. Clearly I'm not very strong, and that's okay. I'm working on it. I feel like this is a really good workout as like a fitness check, because the idea is that you do it as quickly as you can, then you rest 1 minute in between each set or each group of exercise before you go into the next circuit. And honestly, it's really hard on me. Clearly, redheads always get really flushed when they exercise, so if you're wondering what's wrong with me, it's because I have fair skin and red hair. Anyway, you probably noticed that I didn't do the mountain climbers in the last circuit. I hate mountain climbers. I hate it. I'm not very flexible, and so you're supposed to get your feet all the way up to your hands when you're in plank, and I find that really impossible because I'm just not flexible enough to do that right now. And the idea was to target the glutes, so I figured that doing a sumo plie squat was probably pretty comparable. Also, those whittlers, that plank touch side to side and up, that really works your abs. Like it felt great. It was awesome. Anyway, so that was the circuit. I changed a couple of things, and I actually like what I put together a lot. With those one-legged arc presses, that really worked my core, and I wasn't expecting that. I thought it would mostly work my arms, which it did, but it was actually really challenging to keep my body straight, and so I think I'll do those. I might add a little bit more weight next time to make it more challenging, and but I really like them. So I'm gonna go wash up and have breakfast and stuff, and I'm gonna go and get my body fat composition done, and I'll let you know how that goes. Hey, so I got my body composition done yesterday. It's clearly the next day. I say too much. I gotta stop doing that.
Oh yeah.
And it went well. It was not exciting to see how my body has changed since the last time I did a body composition test a year and a half ago. And pregnancy can really do a number on you if you're just allowing yourself to let your cravings take over and eat whatever you want, which I did. So here's what my composition looks like. It comes out in a printout like this, and actually the office that I went to was all out of the paper that had everything already labeled, so we went ahead and labeled them like this. So that's my handwriting in there. So I'm not going to tell you what it means, what these things mean today. I'm going to do another video and talk about body fat composition, or I'm going to talk about the composition test and how to read them and how to understand them. But basically, what this told me is that I have 99 pounds of lean muscle mass, which is way down from the last time I did it. I weigh 170.8 pounds, and my body fat percentage is 42%. It's very high. So the neat thing about the composition test is that it also tells you what kind of fat you have, and I have a lot of visceral fat, and I'll talk to you more about that in a little bit and what that means and why that's not exciting to hear, and that I have a lot of visceral fat. Anyways, so that's what my composition test says so far, and this is the gummy bear signing out for today. Gummy bear, say hi. Say hi. All right. Talk to you later.